Good relevant time of day to you all. I'm James the Hug Monster, and this is Watcher of Realms Spotlight.
Hell hath no fury like a mother.
In the beginning there was only formless chaos. Nothing was real, only formless potential. As the universe formed in the chaos, evil coalesced. This evil became known as demons, most powerful amongst them the triplets, Zalitu, Zukil, and Zilitu. All three schemed for even more power. Zilitu, using the arrogance of her youngest sibling against him, tricked and cursed Zukil that he may never have more powerful than she, the eldest triplet. Driven mad with envy and rage, he slew their brother Zalitu, taking his power as his own. Still, he was cursed to ever be less than his sister. Zilitu, passionate and seductive, met a powerful archangel, Talkiel, whom she first seduced and then fell in love with. Together they had a son Zero, so powerful and beautiful that he could one day rule all the cosmos. The gods, when they learnt of their corrupted archangel and the forbidden child, fearing what he might be able to do, smoked Zero and his father Talkiel. Zilitu's heart broke at the loss of her lover and son. Enraged, she took up Talkiel's mighty lance, swearing vengeance on all those who live in the favour of the gods. She now gathers even more power to make her the supreme ruler of the infernal volcano, so that all its might may be directed by her will alone to wreak bloody havoc across all of Tyr. Aided by her second-born son, Azoth, many others of her offspring, other demons she has brought to heal, and an army of loyal cultists and followers seduced by her power, it may only be a matter of time before all is laid waste before her. So Zilitu, lore-wise, is extremely powerful. How does she stack up? Well, her kit is pretty good. She starts with a magic attack, which is her basic attack doing magic damage. Deals, at max, 120 damage to one enemy, including airborne units, and if the target is blocked either by her or someone else, it takes 20% more damage, which is fairly damn good. But there's more. Her ultimate, when triggered, deals 380% extra damage in a larger range for 35 seconds. I'll get back to that in a moment, but that's really good. Inflicting burning, which is 20% magic damage per second for 5 seconds, every time the hero attacks. So she's also putting on a dot. The effect duration is increased by 1 second for every kill during the skill. So for 35 seconds, anything she kills is going to add another second to her ultimate, which is, again, pretty damn good. But let's get back to the range. So if we go back here and go into details, you'll see her range. That's really good for a fighter. That's 3 in front, 2 to each side. Most fighters get the square in front of them, or 2 squares maybe, if they're being generous. This sort of range, there's only 5-6 fighters who have this sort of range. Zilitu, Arrogance, Apsan, Valkyria has a longer range, but it's just a straight line. So, really good range. And when her ultimate comes up, it comes out to a complete 3x5 box. So she gets the 2 extra to each side as well. So, yeah, it's a nice delete button. But wait, there's more. Each attack launch deals extra true damage equal to 60% of attack one time if the target's HP is higher than 80%. That seems to be a long and wordy way of saying that the first time she attacks a target, it has at least 80% of its hit points, deal an extra 60% true damage. True damage just ignores all defense. It's just doing that much damage, and she does a lot of damage. And finally, Empress of Might charges energy after 3 seconds of not dealing damage. Increases damage by 10% per second up to 50%. The charge energy will be consumed in 1 second, and the damage increase will end. Again, kind of wordy, but Basically, if she hasn't attacked something for 3 seconds, she gets bored and starts getting angry and builds up more power, up to a maximum of 50%. And then the next time she starts attacking, she has bonus damage of up to 50%, straight in on top of somebody else. Which, if you can time it with her ultimate, gets even sillier. But wait, there's more. Her Awakenings puts that passive extra 2 damage, down to the target needing only 7% damage by the time she first hits it. Extra crit damage. The Will of Hegemony duration going out by another 10 seconds, so that's 45 seconds by base, plus 1 for each thing she kills during it. Rage regen, so she gets back into her Will of Hegemony even faster. And then, for when her passive of building up extra damage goes away, she recovers 10% hit points for every stack of recharge consumed. Considering there's 5 stacks of this, that's a lot of HP recovery. That's up to half her HP. I don't have that unlocked, but when she does, what more does she need to do? She'll sit there, she'll beat up everything, then when she gets bored, she'll start hitting stuff and go, ooh, I remember why I like doing this, and heal herself as well. I may be a little excitable, because as you can see, I have Zilitu. She was the first legendary I pulled. My account has been somewhat easy mode because of that. So what uses does she have? Well, pretty much everything. She's best known as the Queen of Guild Boss. They had to create an entirely new white guy to replace her as, the best damage dealer in Guild Boss, and to be perfectly honest, I'd still take Zilitu over Hex any day. Hatsut, who I also have, is considered to be the best hero in the game. Again, I'll take Zilitu over Hatsut anywhere. Zilitu, okay, she's only single target damage, but that's a lot of damage, and in a lot of the game, I'll take Zilitu and Valkyra, because Valkyra is also awesome, and they will be my tanks. Particularly through campaign, I will rarely take a tank, and when I do, it'll be Olag. I mean, I've not pulled a legendary defender on this account, and to be honest, even if I do, I've got Olag, I've got Baron, I've got Livian. They're going to have to bring something extra special, because these two just can tank an awful lot. But, so the biggest question then is, why is it, considering her lore, why isn't she a lord? You'd think she'd be the Infernal Lord, and, well, Zilitu isn't dumb. She'll happily use somebody else as a distraction while she does whatever the hell she wants to. Also, she is very much directly opposed to a lot of the other lords, or people who should be lords, like Arrogance. So not all lords are those the entire faction will unite behind, even if, like the Demon Lord Torador, it is merely so that they stand behind them so as not to be in their line of sight when they release their power indiscriminately on all those in front of them. She's smarter than that. Sure, let somebody else go out there and be the Lord, because, they're a distraction from the true power, and she's going to murder everything. So, I hope you've enjoyed this spotlight on the Demon Lord, the person who should be the Demon Lord, and is probably going to be the Demon Lord eventually when she just beats everybody else down or bends them to her will. But thank you for watching. Bye bye.